Trevs Show. I'm the Trev. It's too sweet. Anyway, we should have saw this one coming, so this shouldn't be a complete surprise. But for the sake of content, let's talk about it anyway. Martin St. Louis has been promoted to head coach. He's not the interim no more. Again, we shouldn't be surprised, but still, let's discuss. So you remember, about 3 months ago, when Dominique Ducharme was relieved of his duties, we did a video on it right here. There's a link right up there. And that was about when they named Martin St. Louis their interim. Well, today he was officially made the 32nd head coach in franchise history. And really, here's hoping for the 22-23 season, it gets a lot better. Here's hoping. I mean, of the 22 wins the Canadiens had last season between two coaches, 14 of those were his. That should say a lot. So with him as interim coach, the Canadiens finished with a 14-19-4 record. And I mean, they missed the playoffs. They finished last overall. They got the first overall pick out of that. But that's something, I guess. After the previous season of losing the Stanley Cup to Tampa Bay. So, and granted, a lot of the circumstance around the Canadiens last season, or for the 21-22 season, weren't his fault. He walked into a situation he couldn't control. But one thing he has done really well is helped the development of the younger players, more specifically and Caulfield. I mean, as soon as St. Louis took over as head coach, Cole Caulfield went on a 35-point run in 37 games. So there's that. And a lot of it has to do with his style of how he wants his players to play. Whereas most coaches are X's and O's, he's more of a free-flow kind of coach. And, I mean, it really started to show in a lot of the games the Canadiens were playing all season, last season. So, I mean, if it can inspire guys like Caulfield and Suzuki, and say Montreal does keep their number one pick and Shane Wright jumps to the league for the 22-23 season, they fix their problems on D and in the net, it could be a scary thing. But I think the most important goal in Montreal is getting back to being a competitive playoff team. Competitive is one thing. To be a competitive playoff team is another thing. So if his 14-19-4 record in as many games as he coached is any indication, I mean, it could go one way or could go a complete different way. But you want to think St. Louis can bring out the best in his players, even though this is his first coaching gig. So far, like I said, they've taken to him well. So hopefully, for their sake, they can keep the momentum going. At the same time, though, I can't leave Kent Hughes off the hook. Because a lot of Montreal's success is going to be based on a lot of the moves he makes during the off-season. And here's hoping he can fix some of those needs that the Canadiens so desperately need. We'll let you know when we get there, I guess. No, which has hockey shows. I thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you've made it to this point. It's a great thing. So while you're here, give me a thumbs up. If you want, if you haven't already, that red button that says subscribe all over it, I don't have to tell you. Subscribing makes you feel good. Let's do that. Socials in the description down below. Moving forward, as far as the coaching carousel is concerned, it's not going to stop. There's still a few more teams that still need a head coach. So look for more of those to come out. But either way, in the meantime, in between time, be looking for more videos from Trev. Later.